Welcome back to part two. It's Marvin again. Just to confirm, the time of supposedly Lucy and others in an argument on the beach, I think it's very, very important in this case in what time span we actually think this was. To me, it would have to been pretty late because there weren't that many people on the beach. And obviously, if Jay had got kicked out of the club early, did he go somewhere else, or did something happen to him somewhere else? And then did he hide for a while, and then they caught back up with him? And obviously, what I do think, I think it was probably Lucy who actually made the phone call to ayub to come and help out. This is what I think myself. I think it's crucial to sort of pinpoint a time of what happened here. What I realise, there's not a lot of people around. So how late was this? Normally, people pile out of clubs, and even if in this video here it seems very late, I would have said probably after 4 in the morning. This is what it seems to me, because there's not a lot of people about. Let's play the video. Whatever happened in that scene, like I said, we're not 100%. I do think Lucy is Lucy. I 100% do actually think that. Whatever happened there, that time is crucial. But that is telling me that's quite late on in the morning, probably after 4 o'clock. Yes, an altercation could happen. And obviously the incident that they played someone else in the back of the car pretending to be Jay wasn't. We know that now. And that was said to be, what, half five in the morning? So this period must have been just before that. Because if you think, where are you, you're gonna, even in this little, 28-second video, you're going to have people walking about or left the club. So it may have been just a little bit later than that when people have cleared out. Because it seems like to me that it didn't seem to be a lot of people around, which is quite odd to me. I think the time of getting this right is very, very, very important. If you ask me, I would have said it was between probably 4:30 in the morning to 5 a.m. 4:30 in the morning till 5 a.m. But I'm thinking Jay may have gone missing when, like I said, he was kicked out of that nightclub, or even earlier than that. It's really strange, really strange. But let me know what you think, people. I think it's quite important, the time scale. So I'm going for 4:15 a.m. in the morning onward, because there doesn't seem a lot of people about. And it's funny how this video suddenly got out there not long after people were asking questions about what happened to Jay Slater. I also think when we actually go back to Brad's interview, I think there's a possibility he was actually there right through and saw what happened to Jay. I really do think that now.
About Jay, I slowed down the video and spotted this. Wait for it.
Yeah, that's how I knew he went off the road. because you could hear like when you walk on gravel or whatever it is, you can, you know what I mean, it's storms.
Wait,
Yeah, I do. I think he knows. I don't think he was. It looks what I've heard now from the other YouTubers talking about his relationship with Jay. I don't think it was great. I think he had more of allegiance, him and his sister, with Tom Hilton. I really, really, really do. And maybe, like I said, Brad didn't like Jay. Maybe he was jealous of him, and maybe if for some reason had some vengeance against him as well. Who knows? I just want to ask the public something. Do we think Mark knew more than what he was letting on? Talking to Ayub.
I was just thinking, obviously, Mark has come out saying that the video is of Jay on the way to sell this watch at this apartment. Obviously, we haven't got confirmation that it is a stolen one. We have got the other news story about the stolen watch outside the club. However, we don't have confirmation that Jay has stolen this watch because there's nobody been come forward saying that Jay has stolen this watch. Anyway, could it be that the reason he couldn't go back to the apartment was because he went back to the apartment, sold the watch to these two guys, from the UK, and then he's actually taken the watch? So basically, could he have stolen the watch twice? And the reason, obviously, the men haven't come forward, and the reason the men haven't said nothing and just said, oh, he left for a cigarette, he went for a cigarette, is because obviously they don't want to tell investigators that they went back to, you know, sort the watch out, sell the...
Sorry, I think that was a black by Ayub. I do. I don't think there was ever a watch stolen. I just think it was to go with the narrative to sound like a perfect story. And I've always said that. I've never really entertained the watch theory at the end of the day. They could have set him up to steal a watch to get him back through Tom Hilton. That's a possibility. That I would believe. But just say they had elaborated on it too much. You do know Brad and Lucy really talking about it as much or anybody else. The other obviously the video I did earlier, which I think people got to understand is why on the beach there weren't that many people around. You know, was it because, like I said, it was really late and people had gone home? Because if it had been about like 2-3 in the morning, there still would have been a lot of people mulling around, and you know, couples and people having fun near the beach after leaving the club. So it seemed like to me it was quite late, where a lot of people, quite late in the morning, where a lot of people had, you know, had gone home. But obviously, going back to the watch theory, I really don't entertain it, or, you know, unless they actually it was a setup within a setup, if that makes sense.
The watch, stolen watch, that sort of thing. And I am really starting to think with my other theory, with my second theory about them finding out later on. They didn't find out straight away, and then they've realised, oh my god, he's taken the watch. So they've got into their car and they've drove up the road, seen him, and taken him into the car. And yeah, could have taken him somewhere. But yeah, obviously just theory and speculation and my own opinion. Because obviously, if he actually did that to the two men, they are not going to let him slide with that, right? But then the problem is, it could have been the other way around. It could have been he went back to the apartment to sell the watch. However, instead of selling it, the guys have actually crossed Jay and said that they're not paying for it and stolen it from Jay. Obviously, allegedly, Jay could have stolen it, but they could have actually stolen it off Jay and not wanted to pay him, and something bad.
I just don't believe that Jay was at the apartment alive. I just don't. I just think it's a narrative to say he was there, because if they get the story of him going into the hills, up to the hills, it one's absolutely perfect. People, the police, generally, we know they know more there, but it's a narrative to keep people say happy. Yeah, it's a closed account. Leave it alone. But we know that it's looking like a setup. The more information we're actually getting, and the connections with people. But Jay was really made to look like a fool, and as public as well, because like I said, the narrative seemed quite straightforward, but it's funny when you actually look at pictures of what they put up. They just wanted just to fool us all, which is absolutely disgusting. And like I said, I hope now his mum Debbie will act quickly and, you know, get at least a private investigator on it to know more. And when I see this, I know it's a clip, a small clip, and there's a longer clip to this, and I look at Jay, he seems a bit lost and disorientated, and he's not, it looks like to me, he's not too sure what's going on there. He's really not. And there's a lot of people just not even helping him, just looking in on him. It's really strange how many people are looking at him as though they know what's going to happen, or a lot of these people that knew Tom was going to do something in there, and this scenario was going to end badly. So I think one of the questions is whatever time Jay apparently left that club, or Ayub, well, someone has said that he got launched out of the club with two Somalian guys. Who are they talking about? Ayub and his friend, or Ayub and another boy? It just doesn't make sense, because obviously Ayub said that he was a big nasty do in another club, and they met up later with these. That doesn't make sense. So whatever time Jay left that club, but this problem is there's no CCTV on this of when he actually left that club, because I think not long after that, I think something happened to him when he left that club. It went P-tong from there. It went wrong for him at the end of the day. But the time he left the club to that scenario at the beach could have happened, you know, kind of quickly, very, very quickly, and obviously taken to a secluded area where there weren't that many people around, and a situation occurred where, like I said, he possibly could have been stabbed and lost his life there, and bundled into the back of a car, or taken somewhere alive, and then obviously the ransom was set up, and then because obviously he knew too much and they thought he would talk, they've executed him. Yeah, that's what it you know, it really does sound like that to me. A setup, yes. What was the motive? Yeah, we can go back to 2000. I think it was 21, wasn't it? 2021 with the Tom Hilton thing. Yes, it could be that, but I do think it's more. I do think it's more than that. It could be some people have mentioned that was Lucy seeing Tom, and it was a possible love triangle. It may be, or like I said, and was it over obviously drugs, or it's mentioned that Jay had grasped on some of his boys. I've had private messages on that. Who knows? But like I said, you know, it's just speculation again, but it just actually, this video makes me think he was disorientated, and like I said, he could have even been spiked, and they were just waiting for him to you know, really lose it so they can take advantage of him. This is what it seems like to me when I keep looking and look at it. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to Streamer Entertainment. Thank you for all the new subscribers and those ones who supported me from day one. I love you all. Take care.